What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Meeting Minutes segment. This is where Benoit, Malige, and I, partners in Multifamily and More, pull questions from the Facebook group that all of you answer, and we do our level best to answer them. We might be right, we might be wrong. If we don't know, we'll let you know that this is our thought, our guess, our best guess, but we're going to do everything we can to add value to all of you for asking the question. If you want your question featured in this segment, in a future episode, in your question, type hashtag Meeting Minutes right at the top. We'll find it, we'll extract it, and we'll make sure to try to get your question answered by us. Or maybe we need to bring in an expert sometimes. So welcome to our Meeting Minutes segment. Ben, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. Thank you.
Feeling good?
Yep.
You're looking good. The hair's in on point. You're feeling like it's summertime. You're ready to go.
It's always summertime in Florida.
Fair enough. All right. We're going to do 2 questions per episode. The first question, Ben, is for rehabbers in the group. How is everyone handling dishwashers in their units when they renovate and update? This person hates dishwashers and garbage disposal and would like to remove the dishwashers and put in another cabinet, but they're having a hard time getting their people to get a good match, especially if he's not doing new cabinets or refacing the door. So what's your take, Ben, on dishwashers and garbage disposals?
I mean, we can talk about what we do and more specifically the type of asset that we invest in, which is B2C. Any other asset, it will probably be a different answer. But for us, we don't have dishwashers. And the garbage disposals, we actually remove them when we take over as well, just because of the maintenance, future maintenance that we don't want to take care of. I guess the best bet would be to refacing the cabinets to get a match. It's a pretty cheap option. Another option would be to just remove the current dishwasher, but leave the hookup and, give the tenants the option to place one themselves. But at this point, it becomes their appliance, so their responsibility for the maintenance. Just make sure it's like included in the lease. So that's another option I see.
Good point. I think in that instance, I would insist on having your person hook it up, but that is an option. I agree with you. If you're garbage disposals, just yank them out, in my opinion, for the BC class asset, B minus C plus asset, like you were talking about, Ben. The dishwasher, the other out, just leave it there. If it's like it's going to cost you too much time, energy, and effort, it's not going to kill you. It is a bit of a maintenance nightmare, but you could leave it there until and unless you're ready to reface all the cabinets, like Ben said. So, yeah, hardening those units, right? It kind of goes hand in hand with the idea of vinyl plank flooring and parking grade painting and all of that stuff, just doing as much as you can to limit maintenance. So completely get it. But that's what I would say you do. If it's a higher class asset, though, you may need to consider putting those in or leaving them in and upgrading them for that matter. Cool. Ben, we're going to go to question 2. Before we do, though, if this is valuable to you, if you want to hear more of our Meeting Minutes segments or any of the other content, hit the subscribe button. The unfortunate part is if you don't, Ben will take out his man bun and throw it at you on your couch right now where you sit. So you need to subscribe to avoid a French man bun like object being thrown at your head. It could get hairy. It could get. Next question. Question for the group. Has anyone paid someone to bring in the earnest money deposit for a deal? And if so, how much or what percentage? What type of risks are there for the one lending the funds, and how did you protect the one lending the funds? So, question about how you've compensated somebody for bringing earnest money to a deal, Ben.
Yeah, I guess you could give them an equity stake for someone bringing the MD, but I guess what about the rest of the deposit? Who's going to be responsible for that? I know you've done a deal in the past where you were a financial sponsor, right? And you got a certain percentage for that. We actually have a sheet. I don't know if I have it. I do have it actually. We have a sheet for like a deal split where the money part is 50%, and then the kind of the work part is another 50%. And then within these 50-50, there's equity investor raising capital money. What do we have? Capital management, loan sponsor, earnest money. And each of these little segments have a certain, range of percentage, like 10% of the GP, 10 to 15%, so on and so forth. But when you have multiple people doing, you can really break it down who does what, and it just calculates the points. And then that's the way we do it. Maybe we can share this. sheet
Well,
somewhere.
I think what we could do, I have an idea for how we could share it. But Ben, on that particular sheet, just an idea, like if somebody brings earnest money, does it give us a breakdown of kind of a range of percentage of equity?
So we have, yeah, earnest money and due diligence is 1 to 3%, depending on, depending on the size.
Makes sense. So yeah, and the other part of the question, Ben, is about how do you secure or protect the person lending the funds? And I think one thing we have to be clear on here is there's a difference between lending you the funds as a loan, and you're going to pay them back as a loan. You can put them as a second position mortgage, and in exchange for equity, having them put in the EMD. So if they're putting the earnest money in and you're giving them equity, I mean, you're essentially giving them a portion of the property. That's probably the best way you can secure it, Ben, unless you think of something else.
No, I agree.
Beautiful. So that is that. And what we can do actually is for those of you that are interested in this sheet that we have, if you send us an email at info@multifamilyandmore.com, send us an email with your email address requesting our equity breakdown. Just put in the subject line equity breakdown sheet, and we'll get that out to you so that you can see that. So if you send us your email, send us an email at info@multifamilyandmore.com. We'll do that. You can also drop it in the comments below of this video, and we'll gladly extract that and send it to you from there. So that's what we got. For anybody else out there that's thinking about these topics or maybe has some other alternative ideas on these topics, feel free. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. We're not experts. We know what we know. We know enough to be dangerous, I guess you could say. So let us know what your thoughts are in the comments on either of these topics. What do you do with dishwashers, and what do you do with garbage disposals? How do you compensate your partners who are putting in EMD? Do you do it as a loan? Do you do it as equity? Let us know. So beyond that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ben, meeting minutes. You're only supposed to throw the man bun if they don't subscribe. Everybody
I just
watching
prefer to eat.
subscribed. They all did. So, all right, folks. We'll see you on the next one.